Hey, Bob. This might be redundant, and I apologize because you might have answered it one way or another, but how were the personalities of each Maximal and Predacons developed, and if their personalities were developed in parallel to their animal counterparts?
When we went to Hasbro in Cincinnati, and that was still a weird trip because we got there in the middle of the night, it was pouring rain, and they woke us up at 6 in the morning and it was still dark and yanked us into a conference room with no windows in it, and we were there all day, and then they took us right to the airport in the darkness and the pouring rain and sent us home. So I have no idea what Cincinnati looks like to this day.
Do I?
Just as a side note, there are very few companies outside the Pentagon that have as much security as toy companies. Windowless conference rooms are the way to go. There was an amazing amount of security. We were in a conference room with two groups of people that actually not only worked in the same building, but were in the same hallway, and they had never met each other before because they weren't allowed to go past certain checkpoints. This is because, and they actually work on they develop entire toy lines that they have no intention of ever producing. They're just there as bait for the other companies to steal. It's a very weird, paranoid place to be. And now I've completely forgotten what your question was.
If their personalities were developed.
Oh, right, yes. So so when we were flying home from this, we were just winging it. It was like Rattrap, Ratso Rizzo from the Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, that's fair.
That was easy enough, and that our Optimus wouldn't be the Optimus that people knew because that didn't give us enough to work with. Rhinox was kind of just the big guy at the time, and Cheetor would be the brash young one. We were using some of the usual tropes just to get the Bible started. So we worked that out on the plane on the way home. But then their various personalities started to really develop the more we found out that we couldn't do much else but have them argue with each other.
Right.
So yeah, we had a rough idea of what the characters would be. We were never sure about Terrorsaur, and we still never. I still don't think we ever figured him out. But it was most of it just happened almost organically in the process of writing.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Sure.